Hi, teachers, and welcome back to Lesson Gems. My name is Brother Lammers. I have the lesson that is in your seminary teacher curriculum labeled Lesson number 113, or the Doctrine and Covenants section number 98. Let's get right into it. The desired outcome for this lesson is to help our students to wait patiently on the Lord in times of affliction. Now, this could be a very sensitive topic for a lot of students, depending on their life situation, personal trials that they are currently facing or have faced. So with this in mind, remembering the desired outcome for all of seminary is to help deepen conversion in Jesus Christ. So let's keep that in focus as we go into how can we have a readiness, or how can we get our students to be connected as we start this lesson. These 4 bullet points are fantastic, and if they work, I would love to start this way. When is it hard to be patient? This is a great question that you could get a lot of responses from, or walk through each one in step or progression. Then if it's not working, or can you change the final question here, in what situations might the Lord want you to be patient, or what is he asking you to be patient in right now? And then on the board, I'm going to have these 2 things. I'm going to have the primary, or the Jesus answers on one side, and the factoring in reality. And I want to look at this, the difference between the 2. What is it, or when is it hard to be patient? Or on a scale of 1 to 10, how patient are you if your family relationships are strained? You and your parents are having an argument right now, or you and your brother and sister, or fill in the blank with a family relationship. How patient are you? What about how patient are you if there are negative and antagonizing comments online about something or someone that you care about or you love? Or what if you are associating with someone often that really hurts you and they don't want forgiveness, or at least they're not seeking forgiveness? How patient are you? Or have questions like this, but give them a situation or scenario in which they can seek, okay, patience is real, but now let's turn to Jesus Christ. The context for this story is very good to lead them into section 98, verses 1 through 3. So I want to do these 2 activities, for verses 1 through 3 specifically. I want to combine these 3 things, this look for, this bullet point, and this little prompt into one question. I want to combine this look for, and I want to say, hey everyone, I want you to do this. Would you look for, in verses 1 through 3, how these verses could help you to do something or to be patient when something is difficult? To help you, I'm going to say this. Everybody write this down, and then we're going to fill in the blank as you read verses 1 through 3. As you wait patiently on the Lord, he covenants that. What do you find in verses 1 through 3 that could help you in a difficult situation? Along with that, this is a wonderful, wonderful section in which that you can do a linking activity. This linking activity is, we take section 98, 2 Nephi 2, section 121, and section 122, and we link them all together and we create a chain. I'll leave a link in the description below that walks through how to link in the Gospel Library app. But this idea of things will be hard, but if we keep that perspective on Jesus Christ, it will be for our benefit. The Lord teaches it in so many and multiple locations that this truth can be emphasized by linking like verses together, and let's help our students to do that. Now, this little call-out box is really important because the rest of the resources, there are too many to choose from, and it's too much to go over. So please use your inspiration. Seek inspiration to know which of the following principles or ideas will best benefit your students. I love Elder Ballard's insight right here. He says, what's the difference between waiting patiently or just patiently doing nothing? And let's talk about that, and let's ask a question to look for what's the difference before we watch this video or read this text. Then, President Nelson, going in, the same thing. We could spend our time with President Nelson teaching verses 1 through 3 and helping us to see how this could benefit us when something is difficult. But then we have more counsel with these 2 great videos, but then applying the Savior's teaching. Elder Holland, if this is something that you'd like to focus on, what if you feel like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you're praying and living the way you should, and you're not getting any answers or any relief? What should you do? What if you're in challenging times? Look for this as you read Sister Craig's quote. What about being meek in a situation? This experience with Bishop Partridge, where he stood by with such meekness as he was literally being tortured, and that how does meekness help you in times that are hard? This section right here with these bullet points, just as a quick reminder or just as a call out saying, hey, in the PowerPoints that are in this lesson, that have been designed for this lesson, these bullet points have these great little graphics already added onto it in slide number 36. So if you choose to do this activity here where the Lord's laws and retaliation, or making it real, meaning what would you do in this situation? And this slide is really well done. It helps to build it for you. It already has it done. But then ultimately, let's invite them to live these invitations, these laws, but also understanding that reality is hard. We can have the primary answers that if somebody does something mean or awful or terrible to you, I will turn the other cheek or I will love Jesus. And we don't want to demean that saying because it's real. But reality is, patience is very difficult. Patience is so hard, especially when the Lord promises, I will fight your battles for you. I will be on your right and your left, and my angels will be in front of you to bear you up. And what if you feel that those things are just not happening, or you're not seeing them in the ways that you want? How do I practice patience, or how do I focus on Jesus Christ in those moments? Teachers, help your students this lesson to see the Savior is in their patience. He wants to be there with them as they are being patient. And if they are being patient, what are they learning and how are they growing? Oh, I love this lesson. I love this section. And teachers, I love all of you. You are so wonderful. Please keep doing what you're doing, and we'll see you next week.